Hi there, it's Paul Bartels here again. And firstly, thank you if you've subscribed already. I'm trying to get some more videos out there, so if you like what you see, please subscribe, because it's really quite encouraging. So thank you for that. So we're going to put some Schaller Strap Locks on the base and on the strap. I think they're really good. I don't know about other makes really, I've not tried them. So we'll try these ones and see what they're like. What we're also going to do is look at when you're tightening the screw and you keep tightening it, it doesn't seem to get any tighter, and how to fix that as well. Let's open up the packet and see what we've got. So you get 2 long screws, 2 strap fittings, and then you've got 2 short screws, a couple of felts as well, and the actual strap button. So 2 of those. So there's a comparison of the 2 different lengths. When you take out the screw from your base, you'll see which size it is, and then just use the appropriate size. So comparing the 2 screws, we're going to use the shorter of the 2, because that seems to match. It feels slightly thicker as well, which is a good thing, because that will grip a bit better when we put the other one back. So all you do now is you get your new end button, put the new felt on, just clean the old one off. And then you just tighten it up. So now we come to fitting the strap part of the lock on. You just take the nut off, and you've got a washer, and then you've got the main latch piece. Now the strap I'm fitting it to is quite worn, and it will go in quite nicely. I've had one on these before, so I know it's going to fit. What I have done in the past though, especially if it's a new thicker strap, I've used some of these little hole punch you can get from a craft shop, just to nibble round the hole of it to make it slightly wider, so you can get this through easily. So you may have to do that. So just pop it in from behind, push the leather bit down as far as you can, washer goes on top, and then the nut obviously tightens up. I like to use a spanner just so it doesn't scratch. And just get it nice and tight, not over tight. And obviously just check it's secure and not twisting around. So when you're using this, all that happens is you slide on the strap, pull out the button here, and then it clicks in and locks into place. It still rotates. Well, it feels as if it's loose, but it's actually not. It's gripped it tight. And you have to pull that button back out to release it. It just slides on, hooks on like that. So what happens when you get your screw and you're tightening it, and it just doesn't seem to tighten, doesn't seem to bite into the wood? Well, what you have to do is you have to fill that gap slightly. So I've got a little demonstration here that will actually show you what's inside the wood. So here's my block of wood, which is going to be obviously the end of the base. And I've taken my screw and I'm tightening it, and it's almost like it won't be this loose because I've just drilled that hole as an example. But you tighten it and it just feels that it's not getting any tighter. So what's actually happened is a lot of the material has come away from inside. On this bit of wood, I've just used a bigger screw so it can see it more easily. I've screwed it into the wood and then I've cut the wood in half so you can have a look at what's happening. So ignore this bit for a moment and we're just looking at this. So this is where the screw's gone in and it's gripped in tightly. So this is a good hole and I'll just pull that off, and as you can see, when the screw's gone in, it's actually made its own thread. Now let's look at the other side where I've put a hole in it and the thread has gone, so it won't tighten up. It will go in, but you can just pull the thread. You can pull the screw straight out. So it's actually worn and it looks as if the hole's been drilled, which it has in this case because obviously there's a demonstration. So there's your problem. So you've got nice grip in this side, and then in this side it's just the material's been eaten away and it's pulled out. So what we need to do is fill this up, and the easiest way to do it, and it's not just a quick fix, even though it is quick, it can be as good as the original fix, is to get some matches, and you're going to fill those, you're going to put those matches, you're going to fill that hole, so it's going to go in there, and we're going to try and get as many in as possible, and this is how we're going to do it. Let's just put this one to one side for a moment and go back to this one, which is the size of the screw that we were using. So it is very loose in there, and we're going to take that and we're going to put some matches in there and we're going to fill it up. You'll probably find the first one will just go in the hole anyway without too much effort, and then once it's in, just break it off. Now if it's really loose you might take it back out again, pull it off, and it's in that hole. The second one, you're going to try and get down the side of that, which may be slightly awkward. So you get yourself a knife, just cut a small taper on that, and then that should just start to get in there. I'm just going to get rid of the head. So now this is where the delicate operation comes in. So you take your surgical instrument. Now if you're not confident with this, you need to protect the side of your base, because obviously if you slip. Now I'm using a mallet with a very soft head as well, which makes it a lot easier. So you just knock that in as far as it will go, and it'll probably get to a certain point and then break off. So that's the second one in. Now with this hole we might be able to get another one. We'll see, because you want to try and get it as tight as possible. So I'm going to take another one, and I'm going to again put a point on it. I might just put a point on two sides. Yeah, it's still not going to go in. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to push the screw slightly in the hole, just to start it off. So obviously you're going to be a bit more delicate, because this is a scrap of wood, I'm just banging it in there. But now I've got that hole filled up. The next step I'm going to use is to actually drill a small pilot hole into where I want that hole to be. This is one of the smallest drills I've got. Now obviously you've got to use a very small drill, otherwise it defeats the object and you end up with a big hole in it and it won't work. So now I'm going to get that started and let's see how tight we can get this. That is feeling nice and tight now. And that will be, yeah, that will be plenty strong enough. That's incredibly tight. And as I say, that will be a fix which is as good as it would have been originally. So that should last quite a long while. Well, I hope that was useful. It's better to fix it before the base falls off and hits the floor. If you'd liked it, please subscribe, as I say, and I'll see you next time. Bye.